Well, after a wonderful visit with Catherine up here, and across the Puget Sound from Seattle, here we are on the ferry going from Bainbridge Island over to Seattle. And she's right on time. Got me a cup of joe and a jugo de naranja. Hey, praise the Lord, Mr. Spencer, the owner of the motel here, Motel Revue de Lac, gave me the waterfront room again for a few days, and got me a little bit of coffee going here. We're going to partake of that. Little kitchenette's really nice, and I'm working on some administrative things here. And right out the window, right on the water. Really, really lovely. Well, here we are, a little seaside bungalow. One thing I've learned is how friendly the Canadians are, and they're just they're waterfowl are very friendly. And they're the original naval aviators. There they are. Hey everyone. Well, we got something a little bit unexpected but interesting and special. And here I am in Valley Field Baptist, the Evangelical Baptist Church of Valley Field. And we're about 30 miles from Montreal. And next to me here is Mr. Spencer, his real name is Sushin. Sushin Ten.
Yeah.
And he owns the Motel Revue de Lac.
Motel Revue de Lac. Yeah, in Saint-Natic.
Yeah.
Quebec.
In Quebec, and it's a lovely place right on the St. Lawrence River. And Sushin invited me to go to his church, and I had no idea he was a Christian, but that's just how God is operating. And so I came last Sunday, and they cooked they went on to the vegetable garden right behind the church and made we grabbed some zucchini and some leeks, some onion type of, and they made a delicious meal for me here. The Chinese part of the congregation. Anyway, well, they invited me over today, which is Monday, and we've had some good fellowship here. One of the group is his English, name that he calls himself is Henry. And Henry's been over from China for some years, quite a few years, but he grew up in the midst of when things were still pretty socialistic and even communistic back there in China, and so he has some perspectives on that. And this is especially germane in the United States because we're half the political party now is appears to be moving kind of steadily leftwards. And by the way, one of my books is a little bit about this subject, The Slaves of Immanuel Kant. If you wonder where leftism or communism came into the United States, it was through some, it's, nothing new is under the sun. Communistic ideas have always been around, but with a man named Karl Marx, a German thinker, he really criticized free market capitalism and instead taught, based on his philosophy, which somewhat comes from Kant, that everything, it should be the same. Everybody should have the same income. Everybody should, that there should be hardly any difference between the genders. And the weird thing is that took hold politically and, swept into Russia and the Russian Revolution about 100 years ago and turned that nation upside down and eventually turned China upside down. And so my brother here, Henry, has some perspective on that. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to go to Henry. And before I do that, let me say, thank you, brother.
Okay.
Brother Spencer.
Thank you, brother. You're welcome to Quebec.
Go to, if you want to go to that deluxe place, go to Motel
Revue de Lac.
Rive de Lac, and ask for the last room number 16. Oh, man, it's the cat's meow. All right, here we go. I'm going to introduce you now to Brother Henry. Okay, Brother Henry, you're up.
Me, we are same age I'm same age with Joseph. Actually, we all come from the Chinese background, and I'm been here for 26 years in Montreal as immigrant, and now I'm a Canadian, and all my family here. We are all Christian. Me, my wife and my two sons, they are Christian, and we are serious practicing.
Mm-hmm.
I was converted in 2009. Before that, I'm atheist, because we are in China. Most of us, and even now, like more than 95% of people in China are still atheist. Because we are educated. We are educated as a materialist or atheist. We are communist background, so we know as the internet, we I remember when I was kid, we have this national anthem because it is no Messiah, no Messiah, no nothing. We just believe ourselves. That's how we are all our attitude to our life and how we understand of the world. But a little bit about my political, God. God is everywhere, not only in church, in everywhere.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
of course, in politics, because we are creator. He is the creator, so everything comes from him.
Yeah.
So, but when I look back, when I look at here, when I look at the political side of North American, Europe, I find that to me like I'm concerning because I'm now 60 years old. We come from the so-called socialist country, well, actually communist country. And here, when I say that North American, Europe, we don't talk about Europe. Europe is it's like that. I don't think there's no way to turn back. So there's still hope in the States. And Canada is like between Europe and to me like Europe and America. American, the States is to me is like the last hope for conservatives to stay, to hold on their political and religious position. I talked with Eric like half century ago. Even Democrats they are conservative now. Like everybody moved to left. Democrats it's to left to socialist. They are not the real. Not the old. They are not the old Democrats. They are new Democrats. Maybe they call it socialist Democrats. The different Democrats. They're not the same as the Kennedy. Kennedy, JF Kennedy in generation. They are totally different.
Yeah.
And even the Republican, they move to left. So to me, I'm concerned because we come from that background. We see how the communists end. What's the consequences of the communist and what's consequences of socialist? When you say socialist, the direction is to go to communist. But what communists gave it to us, like they gave us like starvation. So many people died of starvation. Millions of people. I would say like maybe 40 million people died of the starvation in China, and also like 3 million people died. It's exactly like the 3 million people died in Ukraine and in Soviet Union time. That's the consequences of communists gave it to us. The political really affect the ordinary people life and affect everybody. So that's why the Chinese are very, very political, because that's to do our everybody's personal life. So that's why lots of Chinese are interested and pay attention to politics, because they really give us the impact. But for me, like if you go to the direction to left to the socialist, and then you gradually you'll become to communist. When I talk to my friend buddy here in Canada, people like senior people, they're very respectful, very very polite. They are my neighbor, my friend, a very dear friend. We love each other. They old white people. They're here. They're liberal. They enjoy the whole life. Their life. When I talk to them, everybody they are liberal. Only me. I'm like too conservative. I don't want to express fully my political opinion. I'm too radical to them, I think. So, but I just think I'm regular conservative. But when I talk to them, I find out that they are too naive,
Even though that they are sort of the intellectuals of the day?
They're well off. They're intellectuals. They're business person. They're teachers. They're very respectful person, and they think they're smart. But to me, honestly, they are too naive. I don't. I say they are very nice people, but I mean politically or religiously, they're too naive. They thought they know but they don't have the right wisdom.
Now, there were similar intellectuals before the
there's in China, when we look back in our Chinese history, like 1922, they're very exactly the same person. They're very liberal. In China, those people, intellectuals, very high level elite of intellectuals. They are all antichrist. They all liberals, because they are heavily influenced by their time of liberal liberal philosophy.
Which, ironically, at the time was not Chinese philosophy. It was actually came from Europe.
From Europe, from America, even from America. A lot of from Europe. So I think it's too bad for all the Chinese intellectuals. What they got, the so-called fresh, good modern philosophy. What they have is all the to me, it's garbage. It's too liberal and too communist. So what they accept all that stuff, and then they really have their consequences when they in the 1960s. That's we have the Cultural Revolution. They all the victims. They've been thrown into the camps.
So the intellectual and rich people became the victims.
Yeah, they're not. I don't say they're rich. They're elite. They are very
Okay.
Yeah, they are they come from a lot of them. They even go to Harvard. They go to European countries, Americas. They graduate from Harvard, from Yale. They come back to China, but they are liberals.
Let's back up just for a second. When you speak about socialism and communism, or the ideas of these elites, what are some of the ideas, regarding human nature, regarding, economy, how we do business, wealth, redistribution?
The anti-capitalist. They want every people to be equal, and they hate the poor too poor and the rich and too rich. Yeah, we understand that. But when you go to the other radical side, too liberal, when you don't recognize people who, even rich people, like if we look at the Bible, the God won't say the liberal, rich are all bad or poor are all good. We're all sinners, same thing, right?
Yeah.
But those guys, those intellectuals, they try to make the society like a paradise. Everybody is equal. In the end, nobody is equal, only elite. Some people are more equal than the others, right?
Yeah.
And those people, they become elite. So that's what we suffer from. That's what we have.
I think, were you quoting Animal Farm there?
Yeah, Animal Farm. We never know that because when we don't read that literature, but only when I come to Canada and now the intellectual, after the revolution they have access to those literature like 1984 Animal Farm. All those books tell you that the socialist collectivism will lead you to you're doomed. You'll lead you to hell, even though the road is the way the road looks like a promising way, but in the end, it's going to be hell.
Yeah. By the way, the at least in the last 100 years, the philosophy, ideology behind socialism and communism
It failed.
is
Failed everywhere.
is Marxism. Now, Karl Marx
It is.
was a German philosopher, and he taught all these things that we should get rid of free markets, that the government should control everything, and that everybody should be equal. But it's very important to realize that Karl Marx was an atheist, and his whole philosophy was, you might say, anti-God, anti-Christ, anti-family, and all that. So it's interesting what you say about that the elites, like here now in Canada, these intellectuals in the United States and Canada,
what I know,
they remind you of the intellectuals,
the Chinese intellectuals in 1922.
Yeah,
the same time the person.
They're basically saying same things, like everybody should have the same medical care, everybody should have the same income.
They want the equal society, which is very good will,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're good. They're a bad person. They're a very nice person. They're too naive. What I mean, they're just too naive.
Yeah.
They want this country to be more fair, equal, and promising, prosperous. But in the end, they introduced the wrong way, the wrong thing, wrong ideology, and I think the bottom nature of why they make the wrong choice is because they don't believe there's no God, because they're atheist. You never know where they're going. You always. We are limited, we are senior, we are limited. How can you think you're correct, but you believe self, but yourself is hell. No.
Yeah. What do you can you give us just a rough sketch of what policies that Mao Zedong brought in that were so catastrophic?
It's like Soviet Union. It's all the resources, all the capitals, everything belongs to the government, and we nothing privately owned.
Did they actually take away private ownership of farms and businesses, everything?
Everything. Yeah, everything. Everything belongs to the country. You don't even own a tree. No. Nothing.
And how did that result in so many people starving to death there when in the early 60s or late 50s during the Cultural Revolution?
Yeah, well, this before the Cultural Revolution, the government says that is because of the 3 years natural disaster, but actually no natural disaster can last for 3 years. Earthquake only take 2 weeks. One like three years, and all over the country. That's propaganda. You cannot believe such continent, whole China, so big, can have the disasters in the same time for 3 years everywhere. No, it doesn't make sense.
About how many people died in that?
No, if you look at the website, I would say from people generally accepted like 40,000 people, 40,000 million. 40 million people.
14 million people died.
40.
Yeah.
40. People, officially, it will say like 10 million. But a lot of studies says more than that. Much more than that. Like some people say 60 million, 80 million. But you never know. But generally accepted like 40 million people die of harvest. Hunger.
Was that at least somewhat attributable, or because of that when the personal businesses the free enterprise businesses of the people were taken away,
Yeah.
that they had no incentive to
No,
work?
to
Or is
work.
that?
And also, since everything belongs to country, so the farmers, what they harvest, it's like tax. If you pay the too heavy tax, if you owe everything you harvest goes to China, goes to the government, and what you left won't be enough to feed yourself. That why people, that's how people starved. And they collect like if you collect the tax of 100%, how can you eat? But that's because the people want to have the government want to have develop their heavy industry. And they want to make nuclear bombs. They need money. They need the foreign currency, and they need to make the city industrialized. And but they don't have money. So where's the original capital come from? It come from the farmers. So they sold they collect all the grains, the what the farmers grow into the government. They pay to like too heavy tax, and then people die.
Now, in the last 20 years or so, the standard of living has come up in China. People earn more money, but it's only because
of privatization,
reprivatization.
After Cultural Revolution, the government they realize actually is already bankrupt, so they have no choice. They have to privatize the oil economy. So that's why the economy got steadily grown up, especially when they introduced like WTO. So we got the business, we got all sorts the jobs, the jobs, and all the manufacturing jobs. We are like a contractor, so that's why we make money. So people get
now both. I think as towards the beginning of the of the revolution in Russia, and then in other places, and then later, a little bit later in China. You alluded to the fact that the intellectuals and also the businessmen and doctors and lawyers, they were the first to be persecuted by the state.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think they want to silence people.
Silence people.
Yeah, because they want to make fuss. They want to say something. No, this is wrong. We need to. But the government will. That's always the same thing. Every time that if you don't have freedom of speech, then they won't go well.
Yeah.
Because that freedom of speech, that's intellectual, they represent the normal people. Because normal people, just normal people, they don't know what they are thinking. They don't know what to talk. And until some intellectuals inspire them to tell them what's wrong. But if you silence all the intellectuals, so who can represent the normal people? Nobody. If you go wrong, it's all the wrong. You cannot like in the States, like both parties, they can balance, but it's losing the balance. If you go the wrong way, the wrong way, you can never turn back.
Yeah, it's quite an irony, an evil irony that the communists in our political system today use the freedom of the current system in order to eventually destroy it.
Yeah, sure.
They, in other words, that once they are in control, as no one ever thought it was possible in Russia or China that communists would be in control, but yet through the power of these intellectuals and other means, in influencing labor unions or whatever the means were, they came into control, and at that point, they disallowed free speech.
Yeah.
Once they were in power, it was absolute.
Yeah.
There was no resisting them.
No, yeah. I mean, the North American intellectuals that are so liberal, they become socialists. They in sooner or later they don't like different ideas. They're going to suppress the other voice,
Yeah.
and then those intellectuals become dictator. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have a freedom of speech.
Yeah. I think just as sort of a iconic or representation of what happens is that in the Soviet Union, the Bolsheviks took over.
Yeah.
But and they immediately started killing even people within their own party, like Leon Trotsky.
It repeated again and again. It's again and again because it repeated it happened in Soviet Union and it repeated in China and they're going to repeat it in the States.
Yeah,
because human nature is the same.
Yeah, yeah. Once whoever's in power in a communist nation winds up being in absolute power, and is not beholden to any higher law.
Yeah.
There's no higher law because there is no God.
There's no God.
As a matter of fact, this communism as it is in our time, because of Karl Marx, it's not just agnostic. It's rabidly atheistic. It's anti-God.
It is anti-God.
And it will be it will tend to be against the church. And so in communist nations that the church has been persecuted. Why don't we end with just a little description of how it has gone for the Christian church under communism in China? Has it been easy? Has it been hard?
You mean now or before?
Well, let's say as far as what you know about when communism first came in and then on up till the present day.
Yeah. It started like in 1920s, all the intellectuals they're against the church. They're against they're against God, and then that's why we have a socialist communist, and that's why we have a disaster. And after the Cultural Revolution, and the government opened up to the Western world, and that's we introduced a lot of missionaries. People from especially from the States, they come to teach English. In the same time, they're doing ministry in the school, in the universities. Also, they go to countryside everywhere. A lot of them.
And when was that?
It's like 1979. Yes, starting from 1979.
Okay.
In the 1980s, even to the 1990s. And a lot of people, but now they don't exist anymore. So that's why if we go to church, a lot of people are old people because that generation they are converted. A lot of them converted to Christian. So, but now they are become senior person now, like 60s, 70s, 80s. So if you go to church, most of them are old people. And later on, they become less than. Recent years, it's become more and more tight. The policy to Christian, but still there are lots of people. Yeah, I would say how many people? Almost 100 million people are Christian in China. Almost,
out of about a billion.
Out of about a billion.
Okay.
I would safely say I was like 50 million at least. Yeah.
Wow.
Christian,
Boy, what a difference. Missions, anybody's listening in, if being a missionary, you can really make a difference.
Really difference, yeah.
But in general, though, the state, the Chinese state in the last 50 years has been sort of not very friendly towards Christians.
I think now it used to, last 50 years, last 40 years, it's okay. And people, the governments, they care about the economy. They want people to make money. So, and they try to make you focus on the money.
Yeah.
They don't suppress the religious
Mhm.
person, churches, but they try to make people focus on money.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
When you become well off, the people, the religion become faded. You know.
Yeah.
It's but now it's not optimistic. Yeah, on the recent years. You know.
Uh-huh.
But still, the church is everywhere in China.
Yeah. And you said a little while ago that the communism, or the ideological fervor or intensity of the communist state has faded.
No,
Over-
nobody believe in communism now. They
Uh-huh.
believe in money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, because it's not a real God. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it only can last for decades, and then the people
Uh-huh.
realize this is not the true thing,
Yeah.
and then they give it up. And
Oh.
what they say is money, and money is become the idol. They're new god.
Yeah.
But before, like communist era times, everybody equal, but some people are God. If there's no God, they become God.
Yeah. All right. Well, Brother Henry, thank you very much. I hope that this little recording will be seen and heard by some, especially some younger people that are wondering about politics these days, and they
too naive.
and not to be lulled into the unrealistic socialist trap that seems so, on the surface of it seems like everybody should have a chicken in every pot.
Yeah.
But if that means that you lose all your rights of expression and of redress of grievances and of personal freedom, then it's not worth it. And
if there's no God, you won't have paradise on earth.
Yeah.
No, because God inside you. You got peace, and you got blessing only when God in yourself. But on the earth, if you're trying to make it equal, and then the consequence is always disaster. It's always
Yeah. All right. Well, God bless you, and thank you for your hospitality, and thank you for the
nice talking to
delicious meal tonight.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. French Canadians die too, for it is appointed for all men to die once, then be judged. Jesus said, "He who believes in me, though he die, yet will he live. In fact, the one who believes in me will never die, but has transitioned from death to life. I am the way, the truth, and the life," Jesus said, "and no one comes to the Father except through me." Kind of a rainy day here in northeastern, more eastern Quebec. Went down the St. Lawrence River Seaway, and now I'm kind of curling around the northern part of the state of Maine, United States state of Maine. This is what it looks like. And a lot of little towns up here. In Quebec, people all speak French. They don't seem to speak much English. so I'm kind of helpless. But, and here's in a little town. The town is called something like Lac de Haha or something like that. Anyway, little town, Catholic church. And so I had to kind of pause because of the rain. My wipers are still unreliable. Jim just came across the border from Quebec into New Brunswick. The hilly country here, all forested. And here's, looks like a paper mill over there in the distance, like a giant pile of wood chips. And then they use that to make the pulp and then the paper. Oh.